Ed, what can you tell us about this story and really why we're seeing shares move all over the place today?
Well, Lucid's making a pretty robust denial, right? That the bankruptcy is what's happening. They confirm our reporting that they have engaged AlixPartners, but the emphasis that Lucid gives is that this is about helping them get their operations sorted, right? They're in a position where, you guys nailed it, the stock already year to date has been under pressure. A lot of the sell side models that they need to still raise billions of dollars over the next coming years to pull off what they're trying to do in the EV market and the robotaxi market. But what Lucid's saying is that bankruptcy has not been formally put to the board by AlixPartners as an option, that they've engaged AlixPartners largely to focus on strengthening operations, look at technology. Does the market believe them, guys? I mean, what a literally volatile session. But when when the stock halt was removed, I think, pairing the decline, maybe it's, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
Ed, I mean, there's an existential question here too about how challenging it is to build an electric vehicle. Yeah. And this is something Elon Musk has talked about literally for more than a decade. And he cited all the American firms that have really been sent to the graveyard as a result of the challenge of doing this. What is Lucid's value proposition in a market that, at least in the US, is, I don't want to say declining, but in the US has been under pressure over the last few years and also faces so much challenge globally from China?
Yeah, Lucid's value proposition has been that it has superior technology, particularly on the drivetrain or powertrain side. So they've said for a very long time that their work on the physical battery pack, but also the BMS, the software that manages the battery pack, is better than anyone's. It has higher energy density. And so the idea was that they started with really expensive, but really high performance EVs. And that basically, because the efficiency, power, and performance of those packs was so good, they could work backwards from there. Basically use smaller packs, fewer individual battery cells, and then tier them downwards. So they'd eventually get to this point where they'd be a mass market player, but they just haven't got there, right? They have a very expensive sedan. They came with the SUV, which in America is everything, still expensive. And they were working on a middle tier platform. Very recently, they pivoted to being the hardware provider for Uber, in the robotaxi context. In the background, a big question or sort of sub-story of all of this is Saudi Arabia. Saudi's public investment fund is the biggest investor and has kind of kept them going. You guys remember, I don't know where you got to this earlier in the program, but remember some of the original reporting was, if not bankruptcy, one of the things they were looking at was a take private deal, which in the context of Saudi's involvement kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's just they're not very good at building EVs at scale yet.
I'm looking, just a quick brief search here, and their cars cost between, it looks like, $70,000 to maybe $250,000. But Ed, I see Rivians on the road. I see lots of Teslas on the road.
I saw a Polestar yesterday.
Polestars.
I like those Polestars.
I see a lot of automakers in either, EVs or even hybrids. I don't know that I necessarily see Lucids. I mean, how many cars do they actually sell?
In the low thousands per annum, and again, it's the story of not being able to go from a niche low volume EV maker to a mass market. Super interesting to see Rivian shares a little under pressure by association with this story. They at least have given some recent upside, right? They basically told the market we're going to build more EVs this year than we said we were, modestly. And the R2 is their first attempt at a mass market vehicle priced in line with more of the median spend or the average spend of an American household. Lucid's nowhere near that part of the market or the story right now.
Hey, Ed, just 30 seconds. What's sort of the next part that you're watching? You mentioned reporting around a take private deal. What are you watching?
Yeah, simple story. Industry reports that the board is looking at bankruptcy as an option. Lucid comes out and says, no, we literally have not looked at bankruptcy as an option. AlixPartners hasn't recommended it. There's no smoke without fire. So whether AlixPartners does at the next board meeting say you guys should look at bankruptcy or take private, I guess we'll find out.